Can you see me? All right, good. Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm back with another review. Somebody requested that I review the 2016 Gear VR headset. So here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and do the review, and I'm gonna actually show you some real life footage of my son and my wife using the Gear VR, because it's a very realistic experience, and I just had to share it with y'all. It's hilarious. So just stick around to the end and I'll show y'all some footage. But let's go ahead and get into this review. As you can see, I got mine from Best Buy as an open box. I'll save a few dollars. There's not much in the box here, but I will open it up and show you what comes in it. First of all, you get your Gear headset. All right, and it does come with this plastic cover, and it does come with the headband. All right, so let me go ahead and open up the box so I can show you what comes in it that you probably will not be using. Open it up real quick. All right, instructions. You know I don't really do instructions. Receipt. Let's see here. This is the box that the actual headband comes in, the head strap, and nothing else was in there. All right, put that back in there. And this is a USB-C adapter, because this was released in 2016 and it was supposed to be adapted for the Galaxy Note 7 RIP. I actually traded in my Galaxy Note 7 for the S7, and I'm really glad I did, because this is actually one of the reasons I traded in my Galaxy Note 7, because I wanted my phone to be compatible with all the other Samsung products. As you can see, I have on my wrist here the Gear S3, and something told me, I've been waiting on this smartwatch forever, and something told me that, you know, if you don't trade in your Note 7, a lot of this stuff ain't gonna be compatible. So I did, just to be on the safe side. So RIP Note 7. Let's go ahead and put this back in the box and kick that box to the side, and let's get into this review. All right, so first off, you got your Gear VR headset. Now it does come with this cover plate, which is nice, so you can protect your lenses, but honestly, I wish there was something to protect the insides of the lenses, because, you know, I hang mine on a headphone hook, and, you know, debris and particles can fall into that part as well. So they went through the trouble of protecting this side, but there's nothing left for the inside. So you just push this to open, you push the slide open, and that's where that USB-C adapter would have gone, but this already comes like this, and you just lock it in place like such. So you have your two stereoscopic lenses there. Oh, got bubble eyes. All right, there we go. And it's just really as simple as that. There's a focus wheel on here. So when you get your face in there, you can see, you know, it might be kind of blurry. So it'll even give you instructions once you put your phone in to turn that focus wheel to get everything focused. There's a home button back here, and then that's the back button. And then there's this touch trackpad right here. It actually works really, really well. It's very sensitive to touch, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you have your volume up and down rocker right there. And also there's some sensors in here. If I lift this up, you can see there's a sensor right there, and that's more of a proximity sensor actually. It kind of turns it on as you put your face in it. Once your phone is in here, it'll actually, you know, go into I guess VR mode. It'll turn on the Oculus software, which I do believe you have to download when you get into the VR. But as you take it off, let's say you're in the middle of a game or watching a movie or something, as you take it off, this proximity sensor, it'll just shut everything off. That way it's automatically paused and it'll resume as soon as you put it back on your face. So that's really cool. You don't have to do anything special for that. As far as the build quality, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. You know, it's very plasticky, very, very lightweight. So that's good because it's going to be on your face. But this is the only Gear VR I've ever owned. But I can only imagine how much more quality the original edition was, because it had that big white space age thing on there. I'm kind of glad they went with a minimalistic design, because the original one, although it seemed like it was a better build quality, it just looked a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? Geeky. All right, so yeah, I didn't want that big old Darth Vader or Stormtrooper head strap going right here, and then it had some other stuff on it too. And I'm not a big fan of, you know, all white devices, and it was white, so I'm glad they came out with a black version. This was nice, but it actually suits I believe all the newer Samsung phones, such as the Galaxy Note 5, Galaxy Note 6, and Edge, all the notes from 5. You know what? All the notes from 5 and 7, but the 7 actually won't work with this. The Note 7, as soon as you put it in here, the software just says, hey, due to safety concerns, we want to blow your face off, we're not gonna let you use this. Take it off and send your phone back. That's pretty much the warning you get when you put your phone in here. I actually tried it. I still have a Note 7 in here somewhere. There we go, there's my Note. Anyways, but Galaxy Note 5, Galaxy S6 and 6 Edge, Galaxy S7 and 7 Edge. I have the 7 Edge right here, and it actually works very well because this is actually, there's a little spring in there, so it kind of adapts to the length and the width of the phone as you put it in there. So that's pretty much as simple as that is going to get. It's a very simple device, but there's a lot of software in there, man. So let me just kind of go ahead and tell you about the experience. Once you get in there, you're kind of like in a room, right? And then you can navigate through all these different menus. There's tons of apps. So there's the Oculus Store, which has tons of Gear VR stuff. And it's specifically made for the Gear VR. But outside, you know, when you go outside of the traditional app stores, there's a lot of 360 degree content out there. So you don't necessarily have to stay, you know, confined to the Gear VR stuff. But there's a lot in there. There's a lot of free stuff, and then a lot of apps. All the really good games, they're about $9, I would say. And you know, I'm putting this video up on Thanksgiving Day, so there's probably a Black Friday thing going on. So you might be a good chance to, you know, get some games and some content from the VR store in there. But I've enjoyed some really cool things. There's a roller coaster ride, and there's a thing where you can get into a scary room and have like clowns chasing you and stuff. Oh, one of my favorite things to do, and it's free actually, is Suicide Squad. It's a first-person shooter game. And you can use a gamepad if you want to go ahead and buy one, but you just basically use the trackpad and you swipe. You swipe up and down and forward, and I think you might even tap, and you get to be all the characters, and you can see their weapons that they're using, and you get to be all the characters in Suicide Squad, and you just kind of go through this first-person shooter thing where, you know, bad guys are just jumping out of places and you just shoot them as they come at you. It's actually really cool. And if you look around, it's virtual reality. So, I mean, there's stuff in the background. It's crazy how you actually do get lost into the headset where you are. You know, after about literally like a minute, you actually you just get engulfed into the atmosphere that you're in the VR. And especially if you got on some quality headphones, I mean, you get lost. So, as far as video games and stuff like that, that's what it's like. I mean, everything's around you. You are actually inside of the video game. It's a very realistic experience. As far as like watching things like, there's some first-person role-playing game. I want to call them games. I guess we will call them games because they're not movies. But you know, you kind of just walk through storylines and stuff like that. Those are really cool. You get really engulfed in those as well. And there's actually a Netflix and I do believe a Hulu app in here. And of course there's other stuff. But yeah, once you get in there, it's like you're being in this nice posh loft, right? You got like a couch. You're actually sitting on the couch. You can look down and see, and you're in this nice high-end, like it's like this real high-end loft, and there's like these cool couches and maybe a popcorn machine and a big screen, right? And it's like you're watching a 200-inch TV screen, you know, for your Netflix. So you can just navigate through all your Netflix stuff, but you're watching it on like a 200-inch screen. It's really, really cool. The video quality, you definitely want to have a phone with a high resolution screen, because even with this Galaxy S7 Edge, one of the best displays, if you're looking at it like this, I mean, it's crystal clear, right? But once you put it up to your face and you got that stereoscopic lens working, you can actually see the pixels. So if I can see pixels inside of that Gear VR from this quality of a screen, please don't complain if you got yourself a raggedy screen and you try to put this in here. But then again, it only works with Galaxy devices. So, you know, Galaxy devices put out some of the best screens out there. So you're still gonna see pixels. Don't expect like HD quality, but it's still really, really good. And it's a quality experience as far as, you know, the clearness goes. Last thing I wanted to talk about before I showed y'all some actual footage of my family using this thing was the battery life on your phone and the temperature of your phone. You put your phone, oh, by the way, it does not work with a case. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there right now. It will not work with any case. This is a Spigen Thin Fit case. It's one of the thinnest cases out there, and it will not work with this case. So just FYI. So if you got like an OtterBox or something where you have to do a lot of work taking off your case and putting it back on, yeah, just deal with it. So you slide it in just like this. Line that up, get your, you can see your USB and you can hear it just turned on. So you have to unlock your phone first, and you can see it's on the home screen. But as soon as Let me line that up. As soon as I put it in there, it goes into VR mode. Did you hear that? Then you close it up. Bring this little switch up. Close it up in there, just like that, and it's locked in place. Now this back cover plate does not go back on to cover this up. Didn't get it in there all the way. All right, so once it's locked in, it's in there. It's not gonna fall out. This back cover plate does not go on top because this phone actually will heat up pretty good. It's not gonna be like, you know, burning your fingertips or nothing, but it will get warm. And from time to time, if you're on this Gear VR for a while, then it'll give you a warning saying, hey, for better performance, let your phone cool down and then get back to playing the games. So that's one of the things that I could say I don't like, is that it does make your phone run really hot, and I can see why the concern for the Galaxy Note 7, because it does make it run super hot. Nothing that seems dangerous or anything, but yeah, just, you know, don't be on it forever. Especially if you're playing like, you know, high graphics games or, you know, high intensity stuff. If you're just watching movies, it might not be such a big deal, but when you're playing games and stuff, this thing probably will heat up really, really quickly and good. So there's that. And that's pretty much it as far as, you know, how this thing is going to function and, you know, what it's compatible with. I've really enjoyed it. And I think now we're just going to go into some footage of my family using this thing. Get ready to laugh your asses off.
I'm gonna throw up.
No.
I'm gonna throw up. Oh my god, I'm sweating so bad. Oh my god, my feet are even sweaty.
Stay in the basement.
What the? Ah! Oh, where am I? Oh.
No. Oh! That's not okay. That's not okay. Oh. It just drug jingle.
That was funny as hell, right? All right, check it out. You know what? This is my review for the Gear VR headset 2016 edition. You know what? I'm just having a good time with this stuff, man. I ain't never claimed to be an expert. I'm just out here doing reviews. I'll see y'all at the next one.